resorts of 2025. Sun Valley, Idaho. This resort is a great wee gem, very quiet. Lines at 5 minutes during the week and 10 to 15 minutes even in the weekend. The resort location means that the snow quality is good and comes in large buckets when it does snow, but the rest of the time it's sunny, but the snow still seems to hold. The grooming is quite good, but when there's big international events happening like it was when I was there, they will move the resources over to focus on that rather than the whole mountain, which means it wasn't as good as it has been in recent years. Accommodation is expensive, so be prepared for that. Places like Bellevue and Haley are much more reasonable places to stay and are connected to Ketchum with a free bus. You can fly into Ketchum from Los Angeles or from Dallas or from Seattle, and is again quick bus ride or Uber if you wish to Ketchum. Well worth visiting Graham Galleries, the concert hall, as well as a visit to the second part of Sun Valley, Bald Mountain, which is a great wee beginner learning area, and even for more advanced skiers it's quite good for a couple hours. Number 2. Second, San Moritz, an excellent resort. 4 distinct parts to this resort include Corvash, Daviletso, the Galb, San Moritz itself, and a few other areas or parts. This resort is within 3.5 hours by train from Zurich. One thing about San Moritz is that it does get lots of snow, but infrequent. So they do have to rely on the grooming, which is excellent there. But with the amount of snow and how busy it can get, especially during the holidays, there are some issues. Also, Switzerland is expensive food, but San Moritz is like 30 to 50% more expensive food. Accommodation is extraordinarily expensive, from the cheapest ranging from £200 or £300 up to £1,500 plus per night. Even the hostel you're going to be paying £80 or so a night. So the skiing in San Moritz is excellent, especially places like Corvac, but you will needing to stay a further away from resort if you're wanting to get good deals on accommodation and willing to take the in-service bus around resort, and linking the furthest part, Daviletso Legal, which is almost an hour from San Moritz. 3. Shiga Kogen, a great family resort. Definitely one of the best resorts for all levels. Truly a welcoming resort. Staying at Udanaka Station provides a cheap and reasonable base for your exploration of the 14 or so resorts in Shiga Kogen. The best thing about this part is that the access from Tokyo or other cities in Japan is seamless due to the train station and then great buses network from there up to resorts. So very accessible and reasonable, especially for families. It provides lots of variety of skiing, from the very basic and light slopes up to more advanced, and even some of the advanced slopes can be very short, especially on the far reaches of the map, allowing you or your children to advance extremely quickly in skiing. And really an exceptional place to go skiing, and definitely one of the best in Japan. And now moving on to the third of 5 is Jackson Hole in Wyoming. One of the top 5 ski resorts in North America. On the right hand side of the map you'll find lots of long, easier runs with some intermediate and some advanced off-piste terrain on right down the back of the march runs. Towards the middle you'll find a bit more expert terrain, again with lots of areas to find powder and over the back if you're wanting. And then on the left hand side you're going to find the most difficult part of resorts, which the top of the air tram, which much of the time that I was there was very windy, extraordinarily busy and difficult to get up. And when you got to the top, the views might not be there, and you're trying to ski down to the normal runs can be a challenge. But a great place to go if you want to head over to the furthest top left, where you find all the off-piste and backcountry stuff, which you can ski all the way back down to resort. But on the left-hand side is the best stuff. Really long runs, The chairs, both the chairs on that side are extremely quick, up and down, short queues, and you get just as good runs or better than taking the tram up, because you spend a third of the time and get basically the same quality of run. Access from the sublet lift, then you can go down Rendezvous and then on to the north, south, etc. of Hoback, or other runs along that traverse which offer excellent quality snow and some challenging terrain on the way down. The town of Jackson itself is very period. It feels like 21st century meets the 18th century. Great amount of restaurants and cafes with a wide range of cuisines. The only problem with Jackson is that hotel prices are ludicrously ridiculous. £200 per night for a basic room, going northwards of 1500, especially with the Four Seasons being the main hotel at Jackson Hole itself on the mountain. But overall, the experience is excellent and well worth a visit. On the backside of Jackson Hole, there is another resort which is really small, not to be mentioned because it is that good, but if you have a look at the map, you might be able to work it out. But it's one of these resorts that the locals say don't tell anyone, so I'm not. And finally, number 1, Jungfrau in Switzerland, comprised of Wengen, Mürren and Grindelwald. The ethereal beauty of this place is outstanding. You're coming up from Interlaken to Lauterbrunnen by train, and you've got 2, 3, 4, 5,000 feet of rock and mountain above you, and when you get to the top, the views are something else. Truly outstanding. One of the best runs on that is the top of Mürren, right down to the village, where you're going from the top of the Jungfrau, which is there's a revolving restaurant in the James Bond film Your Majesty's Sheriff, and literally you can ski from the top of that right down to Mürren itself, and spectacular views. Again, in Wengen, just over the ravine. Well, it's a massive ravine. It's a couple miles from one point to the other point, but again, Wengen and Grindelwald, stunning, exceptional skiing, and on the other side of Grindelwald, the fierce, extraordinarily long runs as well. It does take you a while to get to the top. Overall, best place I've been so far, well worth a visit, and please stay tuned to more for Big Blues exploration as we enter the 25-26 ski season and the first ski trip starting on 3rd of December. Thank you very much and look forward to what's to come. Thank you very much.